We naturally resonate. Every single one of us resonates with something different, just intrinsically. Whether it be something creative, such as music, art, working with our hands, woodworking, uh, mechanical, vehicle components, whatever it may be. Others of us may be attracted more to the digital, playing video games, rendering, maybe editing videos or editing music to try and enhance something. But each of us have an intrinsic component and a passion that in some capacity we want to pursue. From the moment we're born, so many of our beliefs, opinions, and perspectives are going to be developed with this subconsciously in the background. And because of that fact, it is one of those things that can cause difficulties when interacting with your immediate clique. Maybe your immediate clique is one that wants you to always be outside, wants you to be doing something active, wants you to be engaging with the world as opposed to living in the digital. However, maybe you've always been drawn to the digital and you've always been drawn to something that's larger than you because of reasons you can't explain. We go against the grain. It causes frustration and issues. It can cause arguments and disagreements between those that we're close to and those that we meet. I believe I am a very good example of this. From a very young age, I was always encouraged to be active, be outdoors, eat well, take care of yourself, all of that. And nowadays I do. Nowadays I am more in tune with that and I understand in a much greater capacity why I was guided that direction when I was younger. But I have always gravitated and, in a sense, been attracted to the digital, to the internet. And I never understood why. I never engaged on the internet in a meaningful way or capacity. It was always for an entertainment purpose. And yet now I sit here and I believe I'm starting to understand it a little bit more. My reason for intrinsically being drawn towards the internet was to begin this, to be what I am trying to be with this channel, to not be someone who will ever sit there and tell someone else that they're wrong or incorrect for what they think and believe, but to try and give perspective and make positive change in the world. One of the other supporting factors to this, which, yes, some may call coincidence. Some may also call it inevitable, based upon uh, the fact that I enjoyed playing video games and always have enjoyed playing video games. But every single video has been here in my orbiter on Warframe. And every single description, now and forever, is my intent, has been to make whole this shattered world you've been given. It is a beautiful lesson and a beautiful kickoff to this game that I have put thousands of hours into. But it is also something that has resonated with me very deeply in a capacity that I cannot explain. Yet the more that I have looked around and the more that I have observed the world around me and the digital world that we live in, I am adamantly convinced that the intrinsic part of me that resonated with this was to learn that lesson, was to discover this, and was to try and do what I'm doing now, which is to make the world a better place, to bring people together, and maybe one day to change the world so that everyone can be more fulfilled in their day-to-day, can be less stressed, can be happier, and can find peace in this crazy world that we live in. For you watching this video, for you listening to this in the background of whatever you may be doing, I highly encourage you that if you have something that you've always resonated with, or that you've always had an affinity or an attraction to or for, just start doing it. It sounds difficult, it sounds almost ridiculously or hilariously impossible in this day and age because of the monetary component that is essentially required to engage and progress for passions these days. But I promise you, if you commit yourself, even when it's hard, even on the days that you don't want to.
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
Even on the days that, excuse me, even on the days that you really don't want to, in favor of doing something else. If it's going to hang out with friends, that's one thing. Go out, enjoy your time with friends. It is more than okay to take a day off. But if the alternative is going to be sitting at home alone, playing video games or watching TV, and your passion is something different, engage and do your passion instead. Do something different because you want to. And I promise and I guarantee that if you start doing something different like that, if you start engaging with your interests in that capacity, I promise you, you will start to feel happier. You will be happier. Life will be less dull. You'll find more pleasure and enjoyment in what you're doing. And that's a simple fact of the matter. Life will start to feel that it has a purpose, feel that it has value and meaning, as opposed to just being a drone and going on autopilot every single day of your life. And even though I believe that it is my purpose and that I resonate with this statement, I would love to encourage everyone who hears this to take my mantra, if you will, to take my mantra and apply it in your life and with those that you interact with. On your day-to-day, try to make whole this shattered world we've been given. And at the end of the day, everything will be a little bit better. Because it doesn't come from one or two of us doing it. It comes from all of us beginning to do it. Because it takes a massive amount in order to actually change and make things happen these days. Thank you for your time.